instructions here. And, I wasn't even sure who it was going to be. And I don't know if they want to be on the air or be on YouTube or whatever. So I'm trying to respect people. So my point you know, I guess I never got to the tip. And the tip is what I did is I cut out this horrible chick right here. Look at that. I cut her out, but and what I'm doing is I'm making a composite. I'm making a composite. I basically not safety. I paper clipped what I liked from this page to another piece of paper with her cut out, and I'm basically going to make a composite for me to work from. This isn't going to be the finished product, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to take this and photocopy this page. And then I'll have her and them all on the same page again, basically, you know what I'm saying? And then I can, instead of throwing away, because I screwed up this one thing, instead of throwing away this whole page, I'm saving the page and I'm going to photocopy it and make a composite. And then I'm going to come back and trace this whole page over and make it better later. And I never got to the cool part, which is, yeah, right here. I think what I need to do is draw him or in the suit. Okay, here's the suit that he fights multiple. So here's the suit. It's got guns on it. It's got blades. You know what I mean? Can have anything. Fucking diamond coated saw blades, whatever. I don't know. Like a skill saw, you know what I mean? And he grabs the baton right here. I showed this page, but anyway, yeah. And they're just all like, whoa. So, they're just like, what the hell? They've never seen anything like that before. Yeah, and then there's this guy right here. So they're just, so he basically takes out the SWAT team. He takes out the SWAT team, and because they're basically locking down the whole town and brutalizing the public, or instead of addressing the injustices that he's had done to him, they're trying to up the ante. So he ups the ante even further, and it gets really crazy at this point. Basically, this is just where it's like heating. This is where it's heating up. So I just wanted to show you that on how you can make a composite. If your page is going along really good, and then you have a bad panel, don't you know don't throw away the whole page. You know what I mean? Like, take that panel and just cut it out. Just be like, cut that panel out and just edit your work. I don't hear a lot of because sometimes nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying, and nobody's perfect, and sometimes you beat up the page a little too much instead of wasting your time. You know what I mean? If you liked it initially and you're just having trouble, just cut it out, and you know what I mean. Take a break, take a nice break, relax, and then at, uh, draw that thing until you get it right. You know what I'm saying? And then edit your page together with a photocopier, and then take it on your tracing table and and do your finished page basically. That's probably the best way to do it, in my opinion. So yeah, as far as making comics, man, I got a bunch of stuff. See what else I got in here. I pretty much compiled most everything, I think. Here's another character I have called the Bushcrafter, and he's not really human anymore. He was a guy that went out in the woods, like investigating, like missing people and UFOs, and he kind of found out what's really going on. He's got a bee. He's got a bee on his chest. He's wearing a trench coat. He's got a bow. There, look at that. This is what my old inker that kind of, I don't know. We had a falling out because he just very talented, but I couldn't get him to. I was even trying to pay him and give him money, and be professional about it, and he just other things were more important, I guess. And so, but yeah, here's the bushcrafter in a swamp fighting monsters with a bow. He's got an arrow coming through his head. Just bam, pretty cool. This is later on. This is like issue number. No, this is the very end of issue number 1. This is the very end of issue number 1. I finally read. I finally read Giantkillers by Bart Sears, and it was pretty good. I would say it's got a lot of potential. I don't know exactly where he's going with it. Let me grab this off the wall. I'm not going to open it again. I've opened it like 3 times, but I was like, I got to read it. So I guess I might as well do a review of this too. But yeah, basically, it's sort of fantasy based, and it's a little confusing, but it's only because I don't know exactly everything that's going on yet. He just kind of throws you into the middle of it, and I think storytelling wise, you don't want to throw too much. I try not to throw too much at the reader all at once, but he just kind of throws you right into the middle of it. And I don't know what, like, I don't know her history, this little girl, and I don't know his history. All I know is that he's defending her against all these monsters that he calls giants. His name is Archon, I think, or something like that, or something like that. And this guy is like he's basically he gets taken away, like, I don't know, to another reality or something by these monsters, and that he's trying to protect her from right before they kill her. And so she loses him, and she's walking around looking for a place to hide, and she runs into this guy, and this guy knows about her and knows about him, and he starts protecting her and I think teaching her how to use her power. And while he's protecting her, runs into some old friends that are enemies now, and he's like protecting her from them. And I don't know, it just kind of, that's the thing, is it just kind of goes from one scene to another scene, and she's like, it doesn't really explain what's going on. Just like he saves her from he beats all these guys in a fight. I'm not going to tell you everything that happens, and she and then she's like sleeping or sleepy or something, and he's holding her, and then some guy just comes up and grabs her from him and walks away with her, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, you turn the page and she's with him again, but now they don't look like now they look like they're more in like modern times or something. Like he doesn't have this thing on, and he's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's weird, and they're out at a gas station in the middle of nowhere, and then this demon guy right here just shows up. So it just kind of it's very like it doesn't really explain much, and which, but it's intriguing enough that I'm gonna probably keep reading it. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where he goes with it, if he explains all of this stuff. My comic is very self-explanatory. You know, like, you know, if you live in America, then you probably understand that, you know, Americans consider the government the enemy. So, and everybody knows who the police are, and everybody knows about corrupt courts. There's nothing for me to explain. The only thing for me to explain is exactly how my character ended up in the situation that he ended up in. And I'm probably gonna redo the SWAT. I'm gonna make them look a little more. I'm gonna make things look a little more futuristic. And you know, I'll get back to you on all of that. And yeah, it was nice chatting. And now I'm gonna have a relaxing Sunday afternoon. I don't think I'm gonna do any more work. I'm just gonna chill. I'm not going to read any comics. Well, no, I do. You know what? I do have some comics I haven't read yet. I think I'm going to read some comics today. They're all old ones. It's nothing that a lot of people probably haven't already read, so I'm not really going to do a review. I'm not really big on doing comic reviews. I'm only reviewing this because I'm excited that I hope Bart Sears can pull it off, man, because I'm really excited that somebody else, that there's a new company out there besides Marvel and DC. You got to give these companies competition, because if they have no competition, then, you know what I mean, they're going to be the only game in town, and then they can just do whatever they want and even disappoint. You know, they're disappointed. I saw a guy, you know. I was just watching another channel on YouTube, and the guy was talking about all these comic books where they're just an echo chamber. These comic books are just like, you know, the female is kick ass. She's kick ass at everything she does. Nut Job is like the complete, you know, and he would be like the complete, opposite, I guess, is the best word I can think of. Sorry. Offhand. He's like the opposite of all of that. No, that's exact, and it's not an echo chamber, because I'm not going to make all the police bad in my comic book. Like, there's going to be some good police that he runs into, and they're going to be like, they have to keep a low profile, because they're kind of undercover, because there's so many bad police. If they come out and say who they are publicly, they'll blow their cover, and they'll get killed, and their families will get killed. So he runs into some police like that, and they basically develop secret identities and start working with him as like part of a team, which I'll probably do later in another story arc. But I might kind of get into the beginnings of it in this story arc. Like he'll run into him here, and then later on, if I get done writing about this, I'll just close it off where him and his son are reunited at the end, and then if people really like this storyline, I'm looking at all the art right now, because I'm like thinking as I do. I'm constantly thinking about stuff like this, but if people like that story arc, I'll continue it later, where like he's working with a force of like good cops, and militia guys, handful of ones that maybe survived the last story arc, and his son, and now like the now that it's like a whole nother level. Like now, like the CIA and like all these like secret uh, organizations are after him. So there's like cyborgs and stuff like that start coming after him basically, and like artificial intelligence and stuff. So yeah, that's it for now, and I gotta get I gotta kind of relax maybe and watch a movie or something like that. I'm getting my head out of this for now, and I'll get back to it Monday, and then I'll make another video. Thanks for watching. This is the Action Artist.